Hey guys, it's Will from Tested.
And it's Norm from Tested.
Norman Chan. I dream of a future where TV is blasted across the internet and I never have to give Comcast another cent as long as I live.
We live on the West Coast, so Comcast are our overlords.
I worship them now, but I want to break free.
How much is your monthly cable bill?
I don't have any idea. It's probably like $300.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not $300. It's $120 for TV and then more for internet on top of that, which is insane.
I pay $150 for what's okay internet.
Do you get Showtime?
I get HBO.
Okay.
And cable. And the way most people pay for cable right now, if their internet provider is also their TV provider, you buy a package, it's combined, maybe it's your telephone as well.
The triple play.
And then you can also add on such as, premium channels.
Home alarm.
Yep. And if you want to have multiple boxes for DVR functionality, you pay also per month. And we want to move away from that. And so this idea of cord cutting has been around for a while.
Well, and I want to move away from, like, of the million channels that I get from my cable provider, I watch like 10 maybe, and then occasionally some sports stuff. So really what I want is like ESPN, HBO, A&E. That's where Breaking Bad was and Mad Men?
AMC.
Oh, AMC, I want that one.
Not A&E.
Maybe Bravo. Bravo's pretty good. Top Chef, all that. Lifetime.
Discovery Channel.
Of course, Discovery Channel. Of course, Discovery Channel.
So at CES, and now announced, but now available for everyone, is Sling. And we want to do a video about Sling because it's something that you may be interested in.
So this is the first wave of this. I mean, we saw Aereo last year, which was a kind of end around antennas, basically. They were renting antennas over the internet, which didn't end up working out according to the Supreme Court. But the news is coming that HBO Go will be available to non-cable subscribers later this year. So Sling, which offers like essentially kind of a JV basic cable package for $20 a month, seemed really interesting to me on paper. And we both signed up for the beta at the same time.
This is a la carte TV.
Kind of.
Kind of a la carte, as segmented as we're going to get for now. So I'm going to launch the app. It's available for everyone, and we'll talk about the packages.
I think rather than call it a la carte, I would call it over-the-top cable, because that's what they're doing. They're providing cable TV, a cable TV basic cable package over the top of the internet. So the idea is that you use this with an antenna. You have an antenna hooked up to your TV, maybe with a DVR, and then this supplements, right? So this gives you those basic cable packages that aren't broadcast over the air, like ESPN and the Deuce.
There goes. That's the big thing. It's ESPN as an a la carte package. When we talk about cable bundles being expensive, a lot of that is because Comcast or DirecTV or Dish pay networks like ESPN a big percentage of your cable bill.
Yeah.
So right now, there's a base package. It's $20 a month, and there are about 16 channels on that. So anchoring this package is ESPN, which is a big deal.
Yeah, ESPN, traditionally you can't get ESPN without also paying for cable. So if your minimum price to get it on basic cable is $20 or $30, and then if you want anything on top of that, you have to keep paying more. ESPN for $20 is in and of itself, for a sports fan, I think a pretty good deal.
Right. So in addition to ESPN, there are the 16 channels. Not everyone's going to love all the channels, but you do have your staples of cable.
Food TV.
There's a Food Network.
Sorry.
TNT. TBS,
CNN,
CNN as the news channel,
Disney,
Disney Channel, ABC Family,
Cartoon Network.
There is Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. These are familiar channels you'd see, on your cable network. But
AMC's coming soon.
There are some notable omissions. So,
yeah, the big omissions are the NBC Universal family of networks, which is I think Lifetime and Bravo and a bunch of other stuff down that path.
MSNBC and Discovery.
MSNBC and Discovery. Discovery's not NBC, is it?
I'm not sure.
Discovery's its own thing.
Well, it's not in here.
National Geo's missing. And then the other big one is all the Viacom stuff. So that means MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, all of the stuff that's owned by CBS is also omitted here.
That's
now,
right.
A lot of that stuff you can find on other services. So you can go to Hulu and get a lot of your NBC and Fox stuff.
And pay $8 a month.
Another $8 a month, which I think is fairly reasonable. You can also get a DVR like a TiVo or something like that, hook it up to an antenna, and get a lot of the over-the-air stuff. But you're not going to find Lifetime and Bravo and E in those channels. On those services,
right?
So it's a little bit of it's an interesting mix of channels right now. I think it's a good place to start. I hope that they add more. And they do have some additional channels that you can buy for a few bucks more, right?
Yeah, so there's this $20 package, and they say that they just announced a deal with AMC. That's not actually on this app right now. It's not on this list, and so I imagine we're going to get an update that will add AMC. In addition to AMC, there's also going to be the AMC network shows, channels, like IFC, so for Portlandia fans.
Okay.
That's going to come sometime in the future. But there are these add-on packages.
Will that include their movies too, or is it just going to be the shows?
I think it's just the shows.
Okay, so it's like a on-demand. So
no, it'll be the IFC channel.
Okay, yeah. So the interesting thing about this isn't on demand. This is just streaming live TV. We should make that really clear,
right?
Because with Hulu, where you can go and say, okay, I want to watch an episode of The Good Wife, and you can go back as long as they have the archives, and if you have Plus, it can go all the way back to the beginning of the show. With this, you can literally just watch what's on TV, and then a subset of other things.
That's right.
Like the HGTV had a small group of shows that they do on-demand versions of, but it didn't seem like it was everything.
Anything that's 3 days new.
Right.
So less than 3 days old.
And that's only on some channels as well.
Only on some channels.
ESPN, you don't get that kind of backlog.
Nope.
So like, this isn't a PVR replacement for the most part.
Or DVR.
Or DVR, yeah.
And even though it's live, technically live TV, it's not even actually the live feed that if you flipped on, Dish or DirecTV or Comcast and turn to ESPN, this is actually just their web stream because you don't get the commercials either.
Oh, so are you not getting local commercials, or are you getting national commercials?
You're not getting on ESPN. It says this is a commercial break, just as if you were watching on your laptop.
Oh wow! So what you're getting is the feed that they send to their local Comcast office, who then injects local ads.
Exactly.
Wow. That's kind of nice.
That's
actually.
not for all the channels.
Yeah.
Some of the channels, it is everything. So that's the selection. There's also an a la carte offering of additional channels if you want to pay $5 additional on top for each. They have 3 packages. There's a kids package.
Disney Junior, Disney XD, Boomerang, Baby TV, and Duck TV.
And then if you want to pay for news, there's no MSNBC because they don't have NBC Universal, but there is Bloomberg and
Headline News, DIY, and Cooking Channel.
And then there's also a sports package with many more of those ESPN sub-channels.
Basically all of the ESPN channels, and then Universal Sports, Bean Sports, and Univision Sports. And then they have BBC America, BBC World News, IFC Sundance, and WeTV coming relatively
part of the
soon.
AMC, which I'm not sure if that's going to be part of the $20 package. That's my assumption. We know that AMC proper will be part of the $20 package, but it could be that they'll package some of these channels. Like, I could see them saying, here's another $5 add-on. That's like the independent package.
So like on paper, this is really interesting to me because with these channels minus Comedy Central for South Park, which you can get elsewhere, South Park Studios posts all the South Park episodes, I think the day after, so that's fine. Bravo and Lifetime for Top Chef and Project Runway. Like, I'm pretty good with this and HBO Go. Except
it's all package based. It's not like I don't think Dish went out there and said, okay, we know people can watch this amount on Netflix and they can watch this amount on Hulu, and then we're going to fill the gaps with the service. This service is this service because of the deals they were able to make.
This is the stuff they were able to get, and I assume that they were able to get these deals because they were bundling with their satellite service as well.
Exactly. So it really depends on how appealing this package and the service is to you. Depends on what your viewing habit is. Whether you actually care a lot about shows like FX shows or AMC shows, or if the only thing you watch is a lot of Law and Order, then maybe TBS and TNT is going to be okay for you.
You're covered on the Law and Order.
If you're a big fan of Law and Order, CNN News, Robot Chicken and sports and Sports Center, then this might be for you.
You're totally covered. The thing that I noticed immediately upon setting this up, though, was that it's really, if you've grown accustomed to watching TV when you want to watch it because you lean into a DVR or on-demand Hulu style stuff, this is not going to work for you very well.
No, there is a barrier, a digital barrier. A lot of the attraction of flipping on your TV, even back in the analog days, is the ability just to channel surf and click, and we have barriers to that now. So that's a good time to talk about what this actually runs on. We have it running on an iPad right now. So obviously there is iOS support. iOS support in the form of an app. You just go to App Store and can download it. On Android, you have the sideload APK right now. It's not in the Google Play Store. It might probably will be in the future. It will run on Roku. With the Roku, you have to go to the Roku website. You have to enter your device ID, do a system reboot. It's not in the Roku.
Oh, so it's not in the store, but you add a beta code or something. Is the code unique, or can everybody just install that?
Anyone can just install it. And then that's it. Those are, and then of course desktop. So it's on Mac and as an app. It's on Windows as an app. It's not in our browser.
And you can't AirPlay from iOS devices as of right now.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. So there are some limitations. We're going to demo to show streaming quality in a second. But notable omissions. There's no Amazon device
Fire
support.
Fire TV stick, no Chromecast.
Stick, no Chromecast or Nexus Player yet. Those things are coming.
I think they say Xbox is coming as well, Xbox One.
Xbox, they announced the Xbox is a sure thing. It will come eventually, but it's not here right now. And Xbox users, Xbox One users will get a special offer where they can try it for a month for free.
Instead of 7 days.
As opposed to 7 days.
Okay.
But the apps are all the same. I think they're made for touch. I've been navigating it this entire time, so you can see flip right now. This is basically the home screen. Videos in the background. See the videos in the background. The channels. As I browse to the bottom, this is what's on now, and so you have thumbnails, and then below the thumbnails, a progress bar showing you, for example, how long into the episode of Bones is it right now? Do I want to jump in when it's 40% on?
So jump into that episode of Bones. Let's see what's happening here.
So there's a buffering period, a connecting period.
And then it usually comes in at a low-res video, and then it pops up to high-res a few seconds after it starts.
Yeah, so actually some dithering. I believe it's in the high-res now. Now, if I go to playback, this is a channel. You can see in the bottom, there's a rewind 10 and forward 30.
You can't see that because it's off the screen.
It's not available
to the right.
in TNT, so I can't actually rewind or do any type of scrubbing.
So this is important to mention. Some of the channels have DVR functionality. I thought that was a core thing of the system when I was signing up for this. The channels that I want DVR functionality on, or even pause, rewind, fast forward, it's just not there.
Right. So here's again the low resolution. And not all channels. And this is travel channel, and then it popped up. Again, also not all the channels have HD quality either. ESPN does, and all the big TV shows do, but some of the smaller networks, El Rey Network, the Maker Network, they don't have HD. But this one does have scrubbing, so I can do rewind 10 seconds.
And you can drag it all the way back to the beginning and start watching at the beginning if you want.
And so again, buffering. I mean, we're on a decent internet connection, and you can see. You can scrub, here's 16 minutes into the episode, and they will show you, how far it is along, so you can actually catch up to now. That's similar to DVR, but you can't obviously jump to the end of the show, even if it's a rerun.
Well, and the other thing you can't do is say, "Hey, keep this."
There's no.
We'll watch it. I want to watch it 2 hours from now.
No, I can do closed captions, but what I can do is, watch, resume, information. And this is the information on this episode, but I can't say, watch other episodes of Street Eats.
The thing you can do is for upcoming stuff, lots of times you can have it give you a notification when that show's coming on.
No notification.
No notification?
No notifications.
Oh, I thought you could have notifications.
Nope. No notifications. No bookmarking, no favorites, nothing.
Can you search for shows that you like to watch?
You can search, yes you can.
So search for...
So you can do all channels, for example, I'll do
Why is it not
search
oh,
as like no reservations, for example, is on Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Search. There it goes. No reservations.
So click on it.
There it goes, and then you can watch the ones that
These
are
the
available.
ones that are available. So pick an. Is there an upcoming one?
Let's do. Well, it's all reruns now. You can just watch.
Okay, so these are just streaming like Hulu or any other on-demand service.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a little bit unclear though to me which stuff is going to be available on demand and which isn't.
It's network-based. It's all.
I understand that, but they don't make it clear to the users.
No. You have to kind of go through the UI and recognize that, for example, when I click something on this El Rey network and it says start over, then that tells me that this is one of the PVR-able channels.
Even though it's on now.
If I click TNT and there is no start over, then you can't do any of the scrubbing.
And if you go into the information thing on Bones, to the show information, wow, it really doesn't. I could have sworn I saw a way to get notifications when you had the stuff that you wanted coming up.
Nope. Which is confusing because if you go to the actual menu and there's something called a watch list.
Yeah.
And you would think, oh, watch list means bookmark. These are my favorite channels and shows. That's not that at all.
What is that?
The watch list is a bookmark of movies, for example, because you can rent movies as well. Dish, who runs Sling, they have a service called Dish World, which is like Xfinity, StreamPix. It's like their Netflix. And you can rent movies. So you can go through popular movies. These are all new movies. If I want to go to a movie like Fury, let's say I want to watch it, right? I can't actually rent it on iOS.
Wait, you can't just press the button?
I can't. What I can do is I can save it to my watch list.
Oh, no. And then you have to go to a website, I bet, and pay
and
for
then
it
you
there.
have
So
to
they
go
don't have
to
to give Apple their cut.
dishworld.com and you have to pay for it there. So if I go to my watch list, I can say the movies I have saved.
Oh, that's terrible.
And that's it. You can watch the trailer. Now, that is only on the iOS version. On Android, on Roku, you can actually watch, you can rent for $3
Do you have to put your credit card in?
You have to put your credit card in when you subscribe to Sling.
Oh, right, because
So
you
it
did that
just-
in the app. Okay.
It just takes it from there.
Aren't they going to get in trouble with Apple for taking credit cards and not running it through the iTunes store?
You register for the Sling
you
service
register
on the
online.
website.
Yeah,
You never
okay.
sign up for it on here.
Weird.
I mean,
Okay.
It's how they get around all this stuff.
Yeah.
So importantly, we've talked about selection. We've talked about the features of the UI. I think the UI is clunky. They designed the same UI for desktop, whether it's touch or non-touch.
Yeah.
So like you mouse over this, and then the UI will pop up when I don't want it to pop up, and shrink the image. It's not the best thing. The DVR stuff is limited. But more importantly,
in fairness, we should say that this is early. This is a beta, is what they're calling it.
no, it's launched.
Or is it they're just doing a controlled rollout?
It's available to everyone.
Oh wow.
Everyone can get it today. Today.
Oh, wow.
Or yesterday.
I'm glad I had that 4 days.
Yes,
I
exactly.
felt really special. The video quality is the important thing.
Yeah, and we're going to show you the video quality now. So I'm actually going to reboot the app, and I'll be able to see the UI, and you'll be able to see what I'm showing right now. So I'm just going to go to something like ESPN.
See, so there's the low res, and it's going to click in. It always does this no matter how good your internet connection
And
is.
so that we don't get a takedown notice, because we're technically showing something that's a show.
Hi.
I'm going to do SportsCenter, which I don't think they actually...
Oh, I'm sure it's ABC. It's Disney, man.
Okay, so let's show SportsCenter right now, and here, it's...
Perfect, it's an ad.
It's an ad. What I'll do is I'm going to go to settings, and I can change my connection settings. Here's the low quality only setting. Let's see if that actually pushes it to low quality. There are 3 quality settings. There it goes. There's low quality. See how that's a low quality.
That looks really bad.
And that's, to be fair, that's 0.3 megabits per second.
So 3. Okay, so that means you're
Or
looking
0.5 megabits per second, or megabits per second. That's pretty low. You want to do the math. That's
it's 30 megabytes a minute. No, that's not right. It's megabit.
300K.
Oh, 300 kilobits. So it's 3 megabytes a minute, which is fine. That means you're looking
0.5 megabits. You divide by 8. So 500.
Oh, right. It's 3. It's 30. It's 3 megabits, which is.
Well, I'm not even going to try this right now. Will
8.3.
Oh my goodness. No.
0.83 megabytes.
It's 0.5 megabits, which is bits, 8 bits in a byte.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
you have to divide by 8.
We should never ever
bytes.
try to do math on camera because I can't use a calculator or write shit down.
60K.
How many megabytes is it a minute? That's what I want to know.
Oh my goodness. It's 60 kilobytes times 60. So it's 3 megabytes. Yes, you're right. 3.6 megabytes.
You said it was 0.5 megabits?
Yes. Anyway, there are 3 different quality settings. As well as doing the math, I'm going to show you the medium quality setting. So now I have it on. Oh, here goes a commercial break. That's what I mentioned earlier. So maybe let's try ESPN 2. So because this will work over Wi-Fi and cellular, you can actually cap your stream. So there's low quality, medium quality, high quality. And a medium quality caps it at that 0.8
3.75 megabytes a minute.
There you go.
Yeah, so multiply that by 60, it's 108, it's 200 megabytes an hour. That's totally fine.
Yeah, for
you can use that over your phone.
That's right.
Over the LTE was the point.
Right. So right now I have a medium quality, just to show you that quality. I think medium quality is totally fine. And HD, which is 1.5 megabits per second, that's when it actually looks like HD, I think.
HD looked okay when I hooked it up to the TV. Yeah. It wasn't as good as Comcast. It's definitely noticeably better than over-the-air HD TV, but it looks fine.
And you have your current streaming speed. If you do no limit, it will actually go higher than that. I've seen it as high as 3 or 4 megabits per second. So if you're on a data limited plan on cellular, I would say do not stream this with no limit.
I would just don't stream TV if you have a data capped plan.
Thank goodness I don't have a data cap plan.
Enjoy your 3 gigabytes, Norm.
Yes. So that's image quality settings. I'm going to unplug it now. And that's basically it. We talked about movie rentals. Again, there's a lot of, I think, a lot of usability. The way people watch TV, a lot of bookmarking, notifications, that stuff. I think
the PBR stuff. I mean, the fact that you can't say, "Hey, I want to watch Guy Fieri at 10 o'clock at night," even though he's not on.
Right. You want to be able to have a bookmark on your phone because you can stream this on your phone and get maybe auto PVR. So like, the episode is now ready to watch anytime.
I want to be able to say, here are the 5 shows I like, record these so that they're watchable anytime. I don't care if there's an arbitrary limit, but I don't want to have to be on at 8 o'clock on Thursday, because I haven't had to do that for 20 years. I've had a TiVo for 20 years. Why should I have to go back to not knowing? So, I mean, this is an interesting service. If you want some of the channels that are available here and you don't mind being in a specific place to watch TV when it's on, I think it's okay.
We should also mention, very specifically, 1 device only.
At a time.
At a time. You cannot, and they will, you maybe get 5 seconds of overlap, but they will shut off the second device.
Yeah. Even if it's on the same subnet, right?
Even if it's on the same subnet.
Yeah.
So if even if you're all on the same IP address, on the same local network, which I think that's a fair compromise. I can understand, different connections, but give us 3 connections on the same IP.
Or give you the opportunity to pay another $5 and get another connection.
Right.
Like that's okay.
They don't do right now.
I think the lack of AirPlay and Chromecast and those things, I mean, that'll work itself out over time. But right now, if I'm sitting in my living room, and if this is really a cord-cutting measure to replace the cable box in my living room, I want to be able to watch that on the big TV, not on the tablet or phone.
I think it's also interesting to be able to watch TV on your computer. In a window within an app, if that's something that you're interested in.
I had TV tuners for years plugged into my computer.
It really feels like the old TV tuner days that you're just paying $20 a month for.
Hey man, you can get an all-in wonder. Just plug that thing in right into the wall, you're ready to go.
It feels like watching, when you're on an airplane and they have the DirecTV on Virgin America, and even like that amount of buffering, that quality, that's what it feels like right now. Which I think for $20 a month, if it was exactly the channels that I want, I would be okay with it.
Or yes, if I could say, like, in a perfect world to me, the model here is that you say, I'm going to pay you $20 a month, and then you pick channels for credits, right?
You get like 8 channels.
ESPN is 10 credits. You have 50 credits total. If you want to get ESPN, that's great. If you don't, that's fine.
I don't want to watch ESPN. I want to turn that into 3 other channels.
Right. I want Lifetime and Bravo and MTV or whatever the other channels are. So,
but
it's a good first step.
There's the El Rey Network. Robert Rodriguez. Chopsaki movies. It's the year of the sheep whale, the mutton from Punishment marathon.
Wait, what?
It's going on. This is a channel that you also get on Comcast, but
okay.
Robert Rodriguez's Grindhouse channel. It's awesome. That's Sling TV.
Yeah.
anyone can subscribe.
You can sign up right now. How do you do it? SlingTV.com?
It's sling.com. It's $20. You get a 7-day trial. I think 7 days, just remember to cancel it if you don't like it.
I used it for an hour on Friday night when we got into the early access thing.
Yeah.
I picked it up again on Sunday morning and put it on my computer while I was doing some other stuff to watch TV. Literally, I don't think it's worth $20 for me to watch TV in a window on my computer.
No.
But it's also not ready for real cord cutting. But I mean, it's promising, and I hope that they continue to improve and iterate the service. And we'll keep an eye on it as they continue to progress.
Your other options right now, Hulu. $8 a month, an antenna, digital antenna. I think there are plenty of good ones.
I wish that they had local channels on this. Like, there's no reason not to have local channels. Dish already is capturing the local channels. They send them up to their satellites, bounce them back down to us.
We should get the golden cord that we cannot cut until the day we can cut it.
I'm closer every day, Norm.
Every day.
Every single day.
All right. So that's Sling. It's out this week. That's why we want to talk about it. And we'll have more stuff, more tech later on Untested. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys later.
Bye.